yeah.
So the draw for round 2.
Yeah. Who's playing who?
So down here, as you can probably see on the side of the camera, you've got Dan and Tom. It's Empire versus Ogres on table 1. Tom's actually on 38 points. He's had a really good tournament so far. Dan's had a good 20-0 win and then 10 draws, so he's on 10 points. But with that points penalty as well, he's 15 points behind Tom. So
for his illegal, wrong, naughty list.
Yeah, he's right behind us listening.
I know, yeah. That's the reason I said it, yeah.
I'm an idiot, I agree.
He said he's an idiot.
So elsewhere, on table 2, we've got Jack Armstrong versus Haristo. Now, Haristo played against Jack's list as a practice game on Twitter during the week.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll just move forward so we're not interrupting the players.
I think actually he just wanted to be on camera. I think that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's more than likely.
There you go, his head's good there. It's a little bully.
So game... Do you want me to have that way?
No, I was just patting him.
Game 3, behind us on this side, you can just see Chris on screen. Ben Johnson versus Chris Legg. Skaven versus Vampires. Not really sure how that one's going to go. I think it comes down to PMA again, positive mental attitude.
Chris, I don't know. I think Chris might win this one, but I think it'll be very, very close.
I think Chris might talk himself out of thinking he can win it, but I think Chris has got the better list.
Absolutely. He can get his dungarees on a bit later on and his flat, sensible shoes if he doesn't win.
So on table 4, we've got 2 Northern Warlords facing each other.
Yeah.
It's Matt Watkinson versus Andy Spears.
Okay.
Ogres versus Dwarfs. So I imagine that'll go similar to Lorenzo's game where the Ogres hit the Dwarf line around turn 3 or 2 maybe, and then it's just a grind in the combats. Toughens 4 Dwarfs against strength 6 Ogres. It's still 2s to wound, they get through them quite quick. But the Ogres aren't re-rolling. They get the stomps, but the stomps again are only strength 4. They're not doing an awful lot of damage. So we'll see how it all pans out. A lot of it depends on the first 2 turns of shooting from the Dwarf army.
Okay. No, it sounds good. He looks like quite a good player. I mean, I've only interjected with this nameless non-person that I didn't know a few times, but he seems to know what he's doing, really.
Yeah, Matty knows what he's doing. I mean, we gave him a bit of disservice on the podcast, I think, but it was all for the show.
It's all for the show. Yeah. We love them all.
So table 5 is our boy Wildman against Mr. Pym, and Mark's cheeks are probably going pink because he does not like playing pink.
And at the moment, Nick is just tweeting. I don't know if you can see. Can you stand back? Yeah, yes, you can. If Ben, you just stand the other way. He's just other way. He's just standing there tweeting. Not even playing the game. There's Mark's measuring.
Mark's deploying. So follow the Twitter and see what Nick's doing. It's at Pumo666 on Twitter. See, I'll just roll off all the players' Twitter handles.
It's because you don't really have a life. You just spend it on Twitter.
Yeah, that's it. Twitter, Facebook, all of us. I think Mark doesn't fancy that game, but I don't know. We'll see. He's got a lot of light magic, and there's no ban on Sundin for Nick this time.
He's always. He doesn't have that. Okay, well that's good. Mark, he's had an interesting checkered history whilst playing Nick, and it's interesting. We'll come back when it's finished, and then we can judge by Mark's cheeks. We'll get a little colour chart.
Yeah. We need to pick one of them up. The Dulux paint charts.
That's the one, yeah.
Okay, table 6, we've got Mo versus Will. I'd love to see Mo win this one with the Bothered Ogre army. I really would, but
I don't think Will would be that happy with it.
I think Mo's comp score is quite low, and it's not as strong a list. Will's an 8, Mo's is a 10, I think.
This is not inches. This is not girth and inches.
Yeah, Mo's is an 8. Will's an 8, so it's quite a powerful demon list.
Okay.
So we'll see how it goes. I think if Mo was playing as Lizardman, I think he might be rubbing his hands at this matchup.
Okay.
But with the Ogres, who he's not played before, I think he's just going to go try and enjoy it,
Cool.
Okay, so table 7, we've got Mikey versus Raph. Now that should be an interesting game. Okay. It's a really fast, aggressive Chaos Dwarf army, and I think that could be a problem for the Lizardmen. Where Lizardmen normally have a good draw against the Chaos Dwarfs because the poison gets around the special rules on the Kadai, and the War Machines easily die to the Lizardmen magic and that sort of thing. So
what are the special rules for the Kadai? What do you mean?
So they've got a rule called Burning Body, and I think it's Burning Body, and what that does is you have to any non-magical attacks on it, wounds, have to re-roll to wound.
Oh, right. Okay.
So if they're magical, they get to wound. Now, it's a bit odd because that has actually been FAQ'd. But the FAQ'd what the Kadai Destroyer rule is, but not what the burning body rule is. Now, the Bale Taurus, you're following all these different terms.
Yeah, no, I'm actually there, but I need to focus.
So he's got 2 models in his army. He's got the Bale Taurus and the Kadai Destroyer.
Okay.
They've both got the Burning Bright rule. I'm going to have to check the wording on the rules, the name of the rule, but they've both got a rule that makes you... It used to be -1 to wound, and then they changed it to reroll to wound.
Right, okay.
But they only changed it on a Kadai Destroyer. It's still reroll to wound the Kadai Destroyer, but it's -1 to wound the Bale Taurus. But lizardmen get around this with their poison attacks because they don't roll to wound. They bypass it. So it's normally good for the lizards. But with this fast, aggressive list with a lot of fire magic as well, which is quite nice against lizardmen, and I think Michael could be okay in this one.
We shall see, Benjamin. We shall see.
And on the bottom table, we've got Keith versus Lorenzo. Now, Keith is on 3 points,
Yep.
and Lorenzo's on 5 points. So it's a bit of a bottom table bash. Keith's arm is actually a 14, so it is a soft comp score. I think he kind of came in thinking he was going to do well. I think in his head he thought he'd got a list that bypassed the comp.
Is this Keith, you mean?
Yes,
Yeah.
but then when it's got it on the table, I don't think it's got a lot of hitting power, but I just don't think it's got the grinding power that some of the other lists have. So I think Lorenzo would be my bet in this one, but anything can happen.
No, absolutely, and we've seen that as well. With Dan behind us, just popping up out of nowhere with his game. So I totally agree, and I'm quite excited to find out what's going to happen because wasn't expecting Mark to be there.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't expecting Dan to be there, and Tom to be on table 1 twice now. It's really not necessarily going the way that I thought, and none of our predictions may be right at all.
No, I mean, we can just check the predictions out if you like. I'll just drag them up and we can see how it's gone. Someone's just walked past us and slapped my ass. I don't know who it was.
That was a certain lady whose nipples I can see through his ETC England top there. Is now just covering them up. So yeah, you're going to get the lists up, find out. Maybe if you wanted to, you could have a change of your predictions if you wanted to.
Yeah, so the Masters Live, I predicted Jack Armstrong in 3rd place, with Nick in 2nd and Leggy to win it. And at the moment, Jack's on table 4, not doing bad. Chris is on 3, and I think Nick's on 5. So they're all still around about. Mark actually predicted Tom to win. And Tom's on table 1 doing quite well, leading the tournament
maybe.
by quite some way. He's got Nick down the 2nd and then Leggy for 3rd. So again, they're in with a shout still.
Who knows?
And yourself, you predicted Mr. Arms.
Okay, I did.
Yeah, so Jack's 4th. He's not doing bad, but it's early days yet. 2 games in.
No, absolutely.
This is the 3rd, and we've still got 3 more to go tomorrow. So
who was going to come second?
Sorry, 3rd. You predicted Haristo 2nd, and Nick in 3rd.
Right. Okay. So where's Haristo?
Jack's playing
Haristo. Right. So I know who I want to win this. Oh, actually, no. I want them both to win, don't I? In theory.
They can't both win.
Yeah, they can't both. I need them to get a draw then. Yeah, fair enough. Awesome. Well, we'll catch up a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll catch up later. If anyone's got any questions, anything you want us to find out or talk about, pop a question on the comments on YouTube, or tweet to either of us at baddice_podcast or at Purple Husky, or leave a comment on the Facebook page. That's facebook.com/baddice. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next instalment.
Love you.
21 minutes.